Check this out guys, it's the new GAC Aion Y Plus, one of the most interesting EVs in Malaysia today and one of the most affordable one yet. Let's take a closer look at this. Let's talk about the brand. First, Aion is a sub-brand under the whole GAC umbrella and it focuses on electric vehicles. The G in GAC, if you don't know, stands for Guangzhou, and you can actually see a small representation of the Guangzhou skyline at the base of the windscreen. I think that is a really nice and cool Easter egg. Here in Malaysia, both GAC and Aion are represented by Warisan Tan Chong or WTC Automotive. For now, there are two variants of the Y Plus here in Malaysia. The base Elite model is priced at 120,000 ringgit, while the top spec Premium goes for 136,000 ringgit. Now, GAC Aion is actually marketing this Y Plus as a crossover, but looking at the shape of it, it's either more of a long hatchback or a tall MPV. Either way, I think the pricing is really interesting for Malaysia. If you're thinking of this as a large hatchback, the base Elite model is already cheaper than the BYD Dolphin extended range. But clearly, this is a much bigger car with similar range claim as the long-range Dolphin as well. But if you actually do buy GAC's claim that this is indeed a crossover, then you can compare it against both the Chery Omoda E5 and the BYD Atto 3. Here, the premium version at 136,000 is still cheaper than both those other EVs, and again, this is also longer with an over 400km range. So in terms of pricing, I think GAC Aion has gotten it absolutely spot on. So let's move on to styling. At the front, the Y Plus has what Aion calls the Angel Wings LED light signature. That is pretty much self-explanatory because the 7 strips of LEDs at the front on each end do actually look like white wings sprouting out of the car. Whether you like the design or not, I think you'll agree that this will definitely catch everybody's attention. Moving on to the side, you'll see that the car has these grey wheel arch extensions that are squared off to give it more of that SUV crossover look. The car that you see here is actually the base Elite variant, so it wears the smaller 17-inch wheels with a dual-tone design. The top spec Premium will get a set of larger 18-inch wheels finished in full gunmetal grey to make it quite a bit more sporty. However, both variants will wear a set of Chaoyang HT or highway terrain SUV tyres, which I'm sure is not the best for efficiency and range. If you're looking to buy one of these, I suggest you put some money aside to change the tyres as soon as you buy the car. At the back, the Y Plus starts to look a little bit more generic with just a simple line of LED lighting. But I do like the way the window lines taper in towards the C-pillars. I think that looks a bit interesting. You'll also notice at the top, you've got a pair of roof rails, but those are just aesthetic items. To get in, the Aion Y Plus is one of the cheapest models in Malaysia to have flush pop-out door handles. So I think that's pretty cool. Inside, it has to be said the Aion Y Plus starts to look a little bit less interesting compared to the exterior at least. With a big screen in the middle and a largely horizontal dashboard layout, it sort of looks like any other Chinese car out there. And even in terms of build quality, it is a bit of a mixed bag. You do have some soft leather touch points in the middle over here, but the rest of the cabin, center console, as well as the top of the dashboard, are all pretty hard and hollow plastics. But then again, this doesn't market itself as an expensive or premium car, so I guess that's fine. What it does have is a pair of fairly large LED screens. You've got one for the driver over there and a big center one in the middle. Early showroom cars like this does not have Apple CarPlay or Android Auto just yet, but we've been told customer cars eventually will get those important connectivity features. Interesting features include a fully customizable ambient lighting system that you can see over here, and the ability to adjust the wing mirrors using buttons on the steering wheel like this. Now this is clearly inspired by Tesla, so you better set everything right before you set off. The car is also equipped with Bon Jovi sound effect, which, believe it or not, is actually related to John Bon Jovi. On the right side over here, you'll see a Tesla-inspired gear selector. You can flick it down for drive, up for reverse, or down twice quickly to engage adaptive cruise control. Also, like a Tesla, you won't find any push start button in this car. Just get into the car with the key in your pocket, press the brakes, and the car is ready to go. One thing that's worth mentioning is the wide selection of color options available for this car. The interior, you can choose between 5 very distinct and different color palette, and even the exterior, there are 7 colors to choose from. That's the way to go. That's how you make your car your own, more personalized. At the back here is where the Aion Y Plus gets absolutely wild. Just look at the amount of legroom that I have. Aion claims that the distance between the bottom corner over here to the front seat is over 1 meter long. For your reference, I am only 167 centimeters tall, but even if you're well over 180, you should be able to fit in the back here without any space issues. At the top, you'll see a large panoramic sunroof, even on this base Elite variant. On the side, you'll see automatic up and down window switches all around, and the windows actually go all the way down, which is good to know. Down here, you've got your usual rear aircon vents, a USB charger, and with this being built on a dedicated EV platform, a fully flat floor as well. There's even a mode where you can fold down the front seats to form so-called bids. So in terms of interior practicality, this car is top-notch. The tailgate over here is all manual, but you can get powered tailgate in the premium version. As for the boot itself, it's actually quite spacious, wide and deep, and the floor can actually be adjusted lower to have even more space. Under the floor is a space saver spare tire, which is quite a rare thing among EVs here in Malaysia. One thing I don't like though, this car does not appear to have any form of a tonneau cover in the back here. So if you leave anything in the boot, people looking in will be able to see your items. Now on to the engine, or rather the electric motor. The Aion Y Plus has a single electric motor powering the front wheels, and this is rated at 150 kilowatts or 204 PS. Torque is rather low by EV standards at just 225 Newton meters of torque, and this car gets from 0 to 100 in 8.5 seconds, which unfortunately makes it one of the slowest EVs in the market today. Still, that should be plenty fast enough. For most people, it probably feels about as quick as a car with a 1.5 litre turbocharged engine up front. As for charging, this has a standard 7 kilowatt AC onboard charger, and as for DC fast charging, it has a maximum rate of up to 80 kilowatts. That is the same as both of its similar competitors, although for AC, it loses out slightly compared to the Cherry. As for safety, only the top spec Premium comes with a full suite of active safety ADAS systems. That includes AEB or Autonomous Emergency Braking, Adaptive Cruise Control, Active Lane Keep Assist, and so on. It is definitely a big pity that the base Elite model goes without any of these active safety systems, but that also explains the large price gap between the two variants. My advice is, if you're looking to buy this car, do go for the top spec Premium version if you can. Just a few months ago, I called the Cherry Omoda E5 the best value EV in the Malaysian market right there and then. This though, being another 10,000 ringgit cheaper, might just be good enough to steal that crown away from Cherry. I'll be giving this car a full review very soon, so stay tuned for that. For now, do let me know what you think of this car's looks, features and pricing in the comments section below. Thank you for watching everyone, and stay safe.